Hey, and welcome to episode 3 of Cooney or Die. In this episode, we're going to talk about the Democratic candidates that I didn't talk about in the first episode. And you might have noticed that I've lost a little bit of weight. That's because I watched the Democratic debates and I'm now training for the apocalypse. First off, Beto O'Rourke. Wow, this guy sucks. Beto O'Rourke is like if you took everything people like about the Kennedys, removed it, and added big, weird-looking net fangs. When the first debate, when he spoke Spanish, it was so cringeworthy that I thought about firebombing the Rosetta Stone building. He's already lost to Ted Cruz, who's somebody that's less popular than Vape Death. The one thing that is cool about him is he did say that we're going to take away AR-15s. Listen, I'm sorry, but I don't think people should have assault rifles. But if Beto O'Rourke came to my house, I would shoot him. Now I'm going to talk directly to the Latinos in El Paso. Just kidding, I'm not gonna do that. Julian Castro. I like that Julian has a brother named Joaquin, who's also in politics, looks like him, and kind of sounds like him too. So in that case, if something happens to Julian, God forbid, we can just replace him with Joaquin. Kind of like we did with the Kennedys, but hopefully not just like the Kennedys. Julian seems like a nice guy. He's got good instinct. He doesn't like Beto. I like that. He's currently polling at 1%, which technically makes him a loser, but you know, maybe he could be someone's vice president. I could see him being good in that role, or maybe like the head of Neighborhood Watch. I think possibly he could move back to San Antonio, worst case, and that's a place where if you make $15 an hour, you can be a rich man. But if he calls Beto a maricon, I will vote for him. Kamala Harris. I like that in the first debate, she attacked Biden over his history with busing, and then the next day she actually said that she wasn't for busing. I actually see that as a strength, because I too like to take cheap shots at people and then the next day act like I didn't mean what I said. It shows that she's a true Californian. The one problem I have with Kamala is that she talks a lot about Trump and how bad Trump is, but not much about what she's gonna do when she becomes president. That reminds me of how, when I think about how hard it is to do well and have success in comedy, and instead of working hard and coming up with good stuff, I just attack people I don't like and say, oh, that person doesn't deserve what they have. Like, why do they have that and I don't? You know, I kind of do that. So I don't think that I'll be voting for Kamala Harris, and looking at the polls, it doesn't look like many other people will either. Andrew Yang. Now, this is an interesting guy. A lot of people will come up to me and say, hey, you know that Yang guy, Andrew Yang? I kind of like him. I find that deeply suspicious. Andrew Yang is this guy who's going around saying he's going to give a bunch of people money. He is running for president like the way I'd imagine Mr. Burns from The Simpsons runs for president. Like, we're going to give them money, Smithers, and then they'll be rich, and they'll vote for me. Kind of like, I don't trust him. You know, I'm not saying that he's a bad guy. He does seem like a nice guy, but I know a lot of nice guys. Like my roommate Adam, he's a nice guy. He's probably the best roommate I've ever had. He fixes my car, he helps out strangers, and he also, last week, he got so drunk that he fell asleep in our yard. So I guess what I'm saying is I don't feel comfortable with a random businessman being president or Adam sleeping in our front yard. I'm worried about him. Amy Klobuchar. All right. Amy Klobuchar, she is the farmers only candidate. I don't know why dating site has a candidate this year, but hey, it's 2019, whatever. Amy is boring and she's mean to her staff, I've heard. So I don't know why anyone would like that. I mean, your staff, that's pretty important. These are the people that you need to lie for you, hide bad facts about yourself. If you ever accidentally kill someone or kill someone on purpose, these are the people that you need to, know how to get the body, put it in the trunk and drive it to the lake or whatever it is. I don't know. I'm not a politician, so I don't know the ins and outs of winning and all that stuff. But I don't know. I mean, I think it's important. So you can't just be yelling at them and throwing notebooks at their head or whatever it is she does. So I guess what I'm saying is I've had a lot of bad bosses myself, and I've never thought to myself, hey, that should be president someday. I like how they're irrational and blame me for things that aren't my fault. I think that could be really helpful in, I don't know, solving the opioid crisis. I guess in the end, no. No is what I'm saying for Amy. I pass. So, I mean, I don't know. Kamala, she is very hot, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think I want to say that.